into this latest edition of the Dan Sancomb Show. My name is Matt Keifer. I'm the SID here for the California Vulcans. And with me, as always, head coach Dan Sancomb. Coach, thanks for taking a couple of minutes here today to look back at last week and preview this week.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so last week again, we had our show on Tuesday, which was right in the middle of back-to-back games, basically, one day off. But you had your last crossover game with Mansfield on Wednesday over at the Convocation Center. Obviously, a unique opponent for you for the aspect of you don't play them that often. And they also had the very unique aspect of they were here all day the day before and were getting shuttled back and forth in vans because they had a bus breakdown over from the hotels. So they were in California a very long time, and their bus wasn't here after the game, so they had to stick around even longer. So with the Mansfield game looking at it, what was your thoughts on the game overall, how you guys played?
I thought it was kind of who we've been the entire year. We had some spurts where we played very well, and then we had some spurts we played poorly. Thank God we were able to limit the latter of the two, and play better in spurts than we did. In the second half, we just, we played really poorly for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we played really well for about 6 minutes. And I think that was the big difference in the game. I think they tied at 52, and then we just kind of took off, from there. Why? I don't know. We just did some silly things. We just didn't play well for about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah,
we're checking out the highlights here. In the first half, got a really nice shooting percentage there, shooting 50% from the floor, 5 of 11 from three-point land. It took a 42-33 lead. So a lot of things were clicking there in that first half. As you said, the second half where that little hiccup came in.
Yeah, and we've had that. I thought the first half we moved the ball well. Thought we were ready. We knew the importance, of the game. We were trying to, continue to climb in our conference and looking at other teams and so forth. We still have an opportunity to climb. And we played well, the first half. We assisted on baskets. We had open shots. And when we do that, we're hard to guard. I think on the other end, I think our defense was solid the first half. When we hold teams to 30, 33 points, I feel good about that. I think we're going to have a good chance to win the game.
Yeah, you end up forcing 18 turnovers in the game, which is a nice number, but really taking advantage, 25 points off turnovers, so that's really big for you guys.
Yeah, and they're getting some easy baskets when you get some turnovers. We got some, layups, and that always helps when you're shooting the ball. You see the ball go in, then you get starting to hit some threes, and we were able to do that.
And even nicely there, you had 11 offensive rebounds that had 17 second chance points. So when you had those shots and get that second possession, you really took advantage of that.
Yeah, I thought we had good effort on the glass that game, obviously having 17 points off of the 11 offensive rebounds, and guys just, going after it and getting the ball. So Jermaine Hall, I know he was active, on the glass. Keith was active, had a big rebounding game for us, and they did a good job.
Yeah, you see a three-pointer here by Whitehead. 3 guys had 17 or more. Whitehead 17, Jermaine had a double-double of 18 and 12, and then KJ just missed on a double-double. Again, 19 and 9 for a guard, 9 rebounds, and he added 4 steals, which is nice to see there.
Yeah, KJ really stepped up for us, especially when they tied the game 52-52. He had a good little spurt where I think he scored 7 straight points, and he obviously did a great job on the glass for us and did a really good job defending for us as well.
So then you played on Wednesday, so you got back to the routine there, a little bit of Monday, Saturday, but no rest for the weary, obviously. I had those extra days off, but facing one of the toughest teams in the West with UPJ coming in on Saturday.
Yeah, we were ready for that. We knew, we know Pitt Johnstown's a great team this year, and they've got a couple of very good players, and we knew we were going to have to play well if we wanted to have a chance to win the game, and thought we did play well. We just didn't execute down the stretch quite as well as we wanted to, and I thought we missed some looks that we normally make, especially at home, which made it tough, for us to get the win, and we lost the game really on the last possession.
Yeah, one of those games there. We got the highlights showing now. Only 8 turnovers for the team, so you really kept kept control of the ball and 11 offensive rebounds again. So those are 2 numbers you like to see, especially when you have UPJ with only 6.
Yeah, well, they shot a very high percentage, which is why they didn't get as many. But for us, the 8 turnovers is great for us, but 4 of them, we stepped out of bounds. We got to limit those things, and I think that's just a little bit of experience. Twice in the corner, we're stepping out of bounds, and then we're driving baseline. Twice we stepped out, and I think we had to travel as well. And if we could just eliminate that, then you have 3 turnovers because they're not forcing those turnovers, and their defense is kind of keep the ball in front and try to make you take contested jump shots, and they did a good job for that. We took more threes than I would have liked, and we didn't in the second half make threes. I think we made 2 in the second half, and we just had good looks. They just didn't go down.
Yeah, in the first half, you guys shot almost 50% from the floor, had the lead 42-40. And then the second half, you referenced there, 6 threes in the first half, 2 in the second, and finished the game with 32 threes. So that's definitely on the high side, but at the same point, it's the way the game is now. And with the roster you have constructed, a lot of guys can make them, so it's not a bad idea of shooting them. You just got to make a little bit more.
Yeah, we do have to make them. I didn't think we took too many bad ones. I thought we took a few bad ones, but I thought we, especially the last 5 minutes, we had some threes that were halfway down, that were good looks, good off of driving kicks, and they just didn't go down, and that was really the difference in the game.
Yeah, and you referenced UPJ not missing shots. They shot 58% from the floor, and that's what they do. And they had 36 points in the paint. And obviously, everything for UPJ the last 4 years really has been driven by their man in the middle, John Paul Kromka, had a career high 31 and had 12 rebounds. Just shot 11 of 13. Just one of the most efficient players and just overall best players in the PSAC and even the region.
Yeah, and our thought process was going into the game, we really wanted to take the three away from them. They shoot close to 45% as a team, and we did a good job on that. But when you're doing that, you're allowing space for him to operate, and that's a tough matchup for us. And, when somebody goes for 11 for 13, I got to make some adjustments at some point and take the ball out of his hands and make some other people make some shots at that point in time. So I kind of left some of our guys in a difficult position, and we got to do a better job as a coaching staff planning for that. But, I think they only made 3 3-pointers, and if you'd have told me that prior going to the game, I would think we'd have a good chance to win the game. And we played, we really did play with them. We're playing well. We were 2-1 last week. We're playing at a high level for us right now. We got to continue just to work and practice and continue to play and get better. And we're a tough team to beat right now. We really are.
Well, let's look back at last week. We'll take a quick break here and look forward to this coming week with 2 road trips for the Vulcans, but also the idea of the start of second round of PSAC West play. So we'll be right back after this.
Hi everybody, welcome into a brand new show here on CUTV. I'm your host Tom Caton, and you are all tuning into the very first official episode of Caton's Corner. Bye everybody. Bye everybody. Bye everybody.
Are you looking for student housing that is convenient, fits your budget, and promotes independent living? Look no further than Penn West California's upper campus student community at Vulcan Village. At Vulcan Village, you have 3 spacious floor plans to choose from, all with guaranteed private bedrooms and many with private bathrooms. Our community provides you fantastic amenities such as a 24/7 fitness center, convenience store, sand volleyball, and saltwater swimming pool. All apartments are fully furnished and have full kitchens and laundry. Utilities, internet, parking, recreation, and events all included. We provide you an all-inclusive experience that can't be beat. Schedule a tour and learn more today at vulcanvillage.com. Live here, live well.
Hello, welcome back to the Danny Sancomb Show. My name is Matt Keifer, the SID here for the California Vulcans. With me talking about this past week and upcoming this week, head coach Danny Sancomb. Coach, last week marked the last the games of the first round of divisional play. So really the last quarter mark, I guess you could say, or last third mark, whatever you want to break it up to, of the season. Now it's just starting to begin. So it's a long season, but it's like once it starts, it just really keeps going.
It's now a slugfest when you're going through the second time. The teams know each other very well, and it really comes down to execution at that point in time. You're not going to fool, you're not going to fool anybody. You are who you are at this point of the year, and it's going to boil down to you executing on offense and executing on defense to have a chance to win. If you don't do that at a high level, you're not going to win games.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick look at the standings here. Again, still a lot jumbled up right there. IUP still at the top spot. They remain perfect overall, 20-0, 14-0, number 1 in the country still. But then right there, Mercer and UPJ, 2 teams right there the Vulcans had games with one possession, two possession games late in the year, tied for second, 11-3. Then tie for fourth, Slippery Rock and Seton Hill at 7-7. And it's a one game back still. The Vulcans at 6-8, top six make it, so still looking good there. But the idea of so much still left to play for, especially with the idea of the teams tied for fourth, just one game ahead there in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at that from our standpoint. You're playing for something. You got an opportunity to continue to jump teams. At the same time, you don't want to fall back where teams are jumping you. At this point in time, you're coming into February, and you want to be peaking and playing good basketball going into February and into March. And I feel like our team's in a good place. I think we're a little dinged up, but nothing serious. Kind of bumps and bruises that you're dealing with through the course of the season. And I think we're going to have an opportunity to make a run here the second time we go through playing everybody. And we're going to need to. We're going to have to play at a high level if we want to win games.
Yeah, you talked about jumbled in the standings. In the East is no different. I know I don't necessarily have the graphics, but Shippensburg 11-3, and that's just 2 games back, a 4-way tie. East Stroudsburg, Westchester, Lockhaven, and Millersville. So it's not just in the East, not the West, but the East too. A lot of parity, a lot of teams right there in the middle, still playing for things are here this point in the season. But going tomorrow, making the trip up to Tippin Gymnasium with the Golden Eagles, second round. So you've seen everybody once. What is the challenge of sort of like going up playing a team a second time, sometimes a little bit quicker turnaround time than some other opponents? Possibly.
Yeah, Clarion does a good job spacing the floor on the offensive end and attacking. They put pressure on your defense. So, you're going to have to be able to keep them in front and force them to take contested shots. They can make tough shots. They'll take some tough shots. But if they're getting in the lane and they're getting, open shots, they're a problem. And then defensively, they got a lot of length. They challenge the shots. They try to play very physical. So, you got to move the ball, get some ball reversal, and look to attack on ball reversal against them.
And I know you don't looking past one game, but again, Saturday, another road trip going up to Edinboro. So again, 2 road games this week for the Vulcans. But Edinboro, a long trip on a weekend in February. You never know what you're going to be running up to there in the snow belt in terms of road conditions, and who knows with the gymnasium when the game starts and things like that. But just getting the guys ready to go again on Saturday.
Yeah, Edinboro, another challenge. They got some guards that can, break you down and create offense. They got some bigs that are just physically strong, and they do a good job, on the glass. First time we played them, I think they were first in our conference in rebounding margin. So we're going to have to be able to rebound the basketball against them. And then again, on the defensive side, we're going to have to look to get reversal and look to attack them as well. But, we've got to be ready to go. It's a big week for us because, obviously they're the next games, but 2 games on the road, and if we want to start climbing the ladder, we're going to have to win games on the road.
Exactly that. Road games this week. But again, CUTV will have you covered for those contests, making the trips up to Clarion on Wednesday and then also up to Edinboro on Saturday before the Vulcans come back home for a 3-game gaunt, basically with Slippery Rock, Gannett, and Merciers. But again, finally getting a chance to play back at home here on Monday, February 6th against the Rock. But 2 big road tests coming for the Vulcans here this week. Coach, thanks for taking the time and best of luck. Safe travels this weekend.
Appreciate it.
And
Thanks.
this week tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You've been watching the Dan Sancomb Show.